bearing and flexural stress. Okay, pag sinabing bearing stress, it is the contact pressure between two bodies. For example, you have this rod, tapos may stress ng rod na yan yung pinaka-plate na ito. So due to the rod, na-stress yung plate, so kunin natin yung bearing stress. Force over area lang naman yung formula. Now, yung area na sasaluhin ng bearing is this, yung area perpendicular dun sa force. So, kung ito yung force mo, yung area perpendicular is this rectangle. Okay, yung projected area na ibibigay ng pinaka-shaft natin, for example, or journal, ay dito sa ating plate. So, kung titingnan mo yung rectangular cross-section na yan, yun yung perpendicular sa force. So, in this scenario, diameter times length. So, again, pag bearing stress, ang lagi nyong hanapin is the projected area. Yung area na yun should be perpendicular dun sa force of application. Now, doon naman tayo sa flexural stress. Okay, another term sa flexural stress is bending stress. It is the stress caused by the bending moment, okay, also known as the flexural or bending stress. So, pag meron tayo ditong load at nag-bend yung ating pinaka-shaft, okay, you have a compression dito, tas tension sa pinakadulo, and ang general formula sa ganitong setup, pag flexural stress, MC over I. So, ito na yung gagamitin nating formula every time may makita tayong flexural stress. MC over I. Elaborate ko kung ano yung parts na yan. Okay, pag sinabi nating MC over I, yung M, that should be the maximum bending moment. Yung C, yan yung distance from the neutral axis to the outermost fiber. And then yung I, centroidal moment of inertia. So, para maging megapascal yung sagot, Newton millimeter, tas millimeter to the fourth yung gamitin. Kapag English naman na PSI, para lalabas yung PSI, pound inch. Inches tas inch to the fourth. So, ito yung general formula natin ng flexural stress. Again, another term sa flexural stress, bending stress. Now, yung general formula tama, pero pwede natin siyang i-simplify. Depende sa given. Kasi ang ina-expect natin na common given is circular shaft tsaka rectangular. So, yun yung pinakamadalas natin ma-encounter na cross-section. So, kapag sa shaft na solid shaft, okay, ang ating C, okay, ang definition ng C is the outermost distance from the neutral axis, okay, hanggang sa pinakamalayong fiber. So, that is from the center hanggang dito, yun yung definition ng C. So, mathematically speaking, yung C, radius yun. Okay, ang radius, diameter over 2. Okay, yung I ng bilog is pi d to the 4th over 64. So, paki-memorize ha, ito yung I ng circle. So, pag sinimplify mo yan, cancel out naman yung diameter. So, magiging cube. Cancel out yung 2. So, magiging 32. Tapos, pag sinimplify mo yung 32, tataas. Kaya, yung minimemorize nating formula is 32m pi d cube. So, yung 32m pi d cube, galing lang yan sa MC over I. So, pwedeng kabisaduhin ito kasi magandang kabisado yung derived formula. Now, paano naman kapag rectangular cross-section? So, pwede tayo mag-derive. Flexural stress para sa rectangular cross-section is M. Okay. Ang ating C is this. Ito yung pinaka-C natin. So, obviously, H over 2. Tapos, ang centroidal moment of inertia ng rectangle is BH cube over 12. So, pag sinimplify mo yan, you can cancel out yung H. Magiging squared na lang. Cancel out yung 2. Magiging 6. Tapos tataas. So, bottom line, ay ang ating derived formula should be 6m BH squared. So, kapag bilog, 32m pi over pi d cube. Pag rectangle naman, 6m BH squared. So, ito yung concept ng bearing and flexural stress. Sample problem naman tayo. Problem number 1. A simple beam, 8 meters long. carries a concentrated load of 100 kilonewton at the midspan. What is the maximum moment of the beam? So yung mga ganitong problem, pwedeng masolve yung maximum moment using shear and moment diagram. So kailangan natin i-visualize. You have a beam, 8 meters long, and then you have a single load concentrated sa gitna. Ang value niya 100 kilonewton. Okay, so ito yung illustration niya. So first, ang kailangan natin is the load diagram. Okay? And then, since this is simply supported beam, meron tayong reaction on both ends, left and right. Applying logic, kung titingnan nyo kasi yung problem, ay concentrated load 100 kilonewton, nag-iisang load sa gitna. So, ibig sabihin, kung merong suporta magkabilang gilid, tigkalahati sila dyan. So, this must be 50 kilonewton tsaka 50 kilonewton para maging balance. So, once makuha nyo yung reaction sa left at reaction sa right, then pwede na tayo mag-drawing ng shear diagram. So, yun yung pagkakasunod-sunod niya. Load diagram, shear diagram, tapos moment diagram. Okay? Makakapag-drawing ka pa lang ng shear diagram pag nakuha mo na yung mga reactions. Now, sa shear diagram, ipa-plot mo lang yung mga load. So, at this point, ay akyat tayo ng 50. Okay, from 0 kilonewton taas hanggang 50 kilonewton. And then, wala naman tayong load dito. So, constant ito na 50 kilonewton. And then, at this point, bababa tayo 100 kilonewton. So, baba tayo 100 kilonewton. So, ito yung negative 50 kilonewton ha. And then, walang load dito. So, constant na negative 50 yan. And then, sa pinakadulo, sa right, akit ka ng 50 kilonewton. So, malalaman nating tama yung ating shear diagram kasi nagsimula tayo sa 0, mag-e-end din tayo sa 0. So, that is our shear diagram. Now, once okay na yung shear diagram, okay, by the way, this is 4 meters, kalahati ng 8, obviously, 4 meters. Okay, pwede na tayo mag-proceed sa moment diagram. Now, sa moment diagram, ang logic ng moment diagram, okay, yung value ng moment is the area under the shear diagram. So, titingnan mo yung area na ito. Okay? And then, eto kasi 0 degree to. So, pagdating dito, magiging first degree. So, kunin mo yung pinaka-area nito. Okay? So, this is a rectangle. Ang area niyan is length times width. So, 50, multiply mo ng 4. Yun yung pinaka-area nito. So, this is 200. So, ibig sabihin, from 0 moment, ay tataas yan ng 200. Okay? So, from 0 degree, magiging first degree dito. Ayan. So, 0 degree, first degree. Ang value niya at this point is 200 kilonewton meter. Now, eto ganun din. Kaya lang negative. So, negative, okay, 50 kilonewton times 4, so negative 200. So, makikita niyo kusang magko-closed. Okay? Ang concern lang naman natin is the maximum moment. Nangyayari yung maximum moment under 0 shear. Kung titingnan niyo yung shear diagram natin, andi dito yung 0 shear. Kaya katapat niya yung maximum moment. So, by observation na lang yan, ang maximum moment is 200 kilonewton meter. But wait, there's more. Kasi medyo mahirap ito eh. Kailangan lagi kang marunong ng load, shear, and moment diagram. Tapos mag-a-analyze ka pa ng 0 degree, first degree, and so on. So, it requires practice talaga. Pero pag natutunan, paulit-ulit lang naman yung principle ng shear and moment diagram. Kaya lang, ang other solution dito is simply memorize the shortcut. Kasi yung mga common loading, may mga shortcut na yan regarding sa maximum moment. For example, you have a simply supported beam, tapos merong load sa gitna. Very common yung ganung loading. So, instead na mag-shear and moment diagram, tandaan mo na lang yung shortcut. Merong shortcut yung force na nasa gitna. Tapos yun lang yung given. So, tandaan natin is FL equivalent sa 4M. Okay, so palatandaan ko dito pagkain foot long for me. Ayun yung palatandaan ko. Anyway, you can create your own coding. Bottom line, FL over 4. So, pag sinubstitute natin yung force na 100 kilonewton, yung length na 8 meters, divide mo ng 4. Okay, FL over 4. Makukuha nyo rin yung same result na 200 kilonewton meter. So, pag may mga ganitong problem, mas magandang kabisaduhin na lang yung shortcut. So, magagamit mo yung FL over 4 kapag yung load nasa gitna lang. Okay, so ipakita naman natin yung other summary ng mga formula regarding sa maximum moment para hindi na tayo mag-Schirin moment diagram. So, ito yung katulad kanina na yung load nasa gitna. Ang formula natin is FL over 4. Nagkataon lang yung force is represented by variable P. Kaya naging PL over 4. Kaya ang slope niya is PL squared all over 16 EI. And then, this is a derived formula para sa maximum deflection. Now, ang madalas itanong is maximum moment. Pero pwede rin tayong tanongin ng deflection. So, make an effort. Ay kabisaduhin yan. Pag uniform loading naman, omega L squared over 8. Then this is for theta, and then this is for deflection. Again, focus tayo dito sa ating maximum moment. Next. So, pwede natin itong kopyahin, isulat sa index card para meron tayong summary. Now, what if meron tayong cantilever beam? Okay, so kapag cantilever beam naman, ito yung mga formulang kakabisaduhin. Again, pwedeng tandaan muna for the meantime yung maximum moment. Next, paano pag may cantilever beam tapos may uniform loading? Pinagsama-sama na. So kapag uniform loading na rectangular, ganito shape. Pag ang ating loading is triangular naman, ganito yung shape. So these are the derived formula. So again, dito lang muna tayo sa maximum moment. Okay, sample problem tayo. Number 2. A simple beam, 9 meters long, carries 2 concentrated load of 200 kilonewton at every 1/3. What is the maximum moment? So pag may nabasa kayong 2 load, nangyayari every 1/3, ang shortcut niya, FL over 3. So, hindi ko na ipapakita yung Schirin moment diagram. Matagal. Tandaan lang yung shortcut. So, magagamit yung shortcut na to para sa ganitong loading. Ay direct sub. So, you have 200 multiply sa 9. So, 200 yung force. 9 yung length. Hindi, divide mo lang ng 3. So, ang maximum moment should be 600 kilonewton meter. So, this is problem number 2. Ay, sobrang dali dahil may technique tayo, shortcut. Okay, isa pa, let's try number 3. For number 3, simply supported beam, 10 meters yung length. Tapos, merong uniform loading na 5 kilonewton per meter. So, meron tayong shortcut dyan, yung pinakita sa inyo kanina, omega L squared over 8. So, gamitin lang yung shortcut kasi matagal yung Schirin moment diagram. So, ang omega mo is 5 kilonewton meter. Ang length mo, 10 meters. Okay, calculate na lang. So, you have 5, 10 squared. I-divide natin sa 8. So, madali lang, maikse, basta kabisado yung shortcut. So, ang maximum moment sa ganitong diagram should be 62.5 kilonewton meter. So, pinapakita natin na sobrang daling mag-solve basta maalala lang natin yung tamang formula. That's it.